Welcome to Gudauri! Oh yes, I have literally just got back off the plane from Gudauri in Georgia from what was possibly one of the most epic ski trips I have ever been on. Now I don't want to do this video immediately, but there is a story to be told. If I'm honest, I'm absolutely exhausted. This is what I want to be doing right now. I'm going to start with an introduction to skiing in Gudauri, but first, if you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe, like the video if you're enjoying it, and drop lots of comments and questions below. Okay, let's kick off with some facts about Gudauri ski resort. It's only 2 hours away by car from Tbilisi. I've always been very jealous about people that live in a city and have a ski resort 2 hours away. In fact, you can practically see the mountains from Tbilisi. There are 4 gondolas, 10 chairlifts, 75 kilometers of runs, and according to their website, ski rental is from 10 euros per day and a ski pass is from 8 euros per day. Now obviously that depends on how long you get one for. We got 1 day singular and it cost about 20 to 25 euros. But if you get a whole week, it's probably around 15 to 20. The ski season runs from mid-December to April, and most importantly, most of the hotels, and I love this, are ski in, ski out. Possibly one of the most epic views out my window this morning. And one of the best things about getting the first lifts, first chairs, look at this, freshly groomed. First people on the slopes. Okay, other than the things I've just mentioned, here are a few of the things that really impressed me. Firstly, there were barely any queues on any chairlift or any gondola. Now we did leave at the weekend, so weekends are obviously busy, but Monday to Friday, it was unbelievable. Next off, I really loved the food and the lunch stops. There was a really friendly vibe. Actually, across the whole of the slopes, there was a really friendly vibe. So the food and the lunch was a real highlight, and we tried to stop at the same place every single day. Then you have these gorgeous stray dogs on the slopes. Now the stray dogs are very well looked after and fed, and they looked pretty happy, and honestly it is quite unique to be skiing down a blue run and just have a couple of dogs chilling, wandering over and saying hello to you. And the final thing that I really appreciated is that you can do a lot of the ski resort on foot. So many of the people that didn't ski within our group actually came up the gondola, came up the chairlifts, had a pass for the day and had a good look around, and even explored the Kobi Pass, which I'm going to come on to next. Other than the general ski runs, which were pretty cool, there were some really amazing wide open blue and red runs, and again, like I said, they weren't that busy. One of our highlights was finding the Kobi Pass. So when you take the second gondola, so you can take 2 gondolas all the way to the other side of the mountain to the Kobi Pass, you will be treated to some unbelievable epic views, and probably one of my favorite ski runs I've done in a long time. We've rushed up on the first lift to the top of Kobi, and I'm with Tom and Michael. How you guys doing? Hey! Once we found it and we had some blue skies, we spent a lot of time on this Kobi Pass, filming each other, flying the drone, and yes, you can fly the drone here at the ski resort in Gudauri, and just generally taking in these magnificent views. If you've got a ski run that is better than this one, I want to hear about it in the comments below. All right guys, it's photo shoot time with Michael Tomas. Got his camera there. Here he is, just down there, waiting for the sun. I have to cut to some of his shots because they're epic. We have just skied down this slope at Kobi. I was filming him and my right ski popped off. Oh my God, I flipped and landed on my feet and kept hold of the GoPro. I don't know how it's gonna look on the camera. Bloody hell, my heart went. I was very lucky not to hurt myself, honestly. We've just come down here, we tried to fly the drone, but it's a bit too windy. But we'll definitely fly it tomorrow. But look at this beautiful spot in front of me. Okay, now moving on to the Apres Ski, something you will always be asking me about. Apres Ski, for you American friends, is after skiing. So basically from about 3 or 4 o'clock, once you've had enough of skiing, stop at a bar, have a drink. It's quite a big thing in Europe. And because we were a big group, we normally made the bar our own. So here are a few of my favorite bars. First off is Skate Bar, which is just at the top of the Tbilisi chairlift, which was where our hotel was, so we could easily ski back down. We really like this bar. I've never seen somewhere with an outdoor DJ booth that you can just go up and help yourself and start playing around, messing around the decks, bringing out your inner DJ. And then because of how well located it was, we could easily ski back down, normally in the dark. Not something I recommend if you're not an accomplished skier, but great fun. The second shout out goes to Mix Bar, which is in the village area On the first gondola, it's basically in the middle of the slopes. It's where you'll find the baby slopes, it's where you'll find the snow park, and within that is a bar called Mix Bar. We only found it on the last day, but we had a great time in there. You can't stay there too late because obviously you'd struggle to ski back down. The next shout out goes to the evening entertainment at the Black Dog in New Gudauri. We went there for one of the nights and that was so much fun. That was a brilliant atmosphere. Honestly, the vibe was amazing. So I recommend checking that out. And the final recommendation was a place called La Suite, which is also a very fun bar. But in general, the Apres Ski here is pretty amazing. Next up, the off-piste skiing in Gudauri. Now it does have some pretty epic off-piste, and what I really enjoyed is that you're never too far away from the blue or the red run or the chairlift. So if you got into real trouble, which hopefully you won't, and please be sensible if you do any off-pisting, but if you got into real trouble, you could probably shout for somebody, probably find somebody. On one of the days, myself and Simon took the drone out off-piste to get some really nice, beautiful shots. It absolutely destroyed us because it's very tiring being off-piste, particularly when you fall. It's really hard to get up. So I thought to myself, there is no way in hell I'm going back in this off-piste today. And then I bumped into Michael Tomas. Now, Michael Tomas, aka London Viewpoints, you would have seen some of his photos earlier in this video, an amazing photographer and a great addition to this trip, happened to lose his iPhone. We're gonna try and find Michael's iPhone. He's there. Not only was he snowboarding in the off-piste by himself, mistake number one, he didn't zip up his pocket, mistake number two, and somewhere in the off-piste he lost his iPhone. Now, I was around with some data that could help him. He had his Apple Watch and we decided to go back into the off-piste. At this time the visibility was 0 and look for his iPhone, honestly like a freaking needle in the haystack. Nonetheless, we decided to go for it, and by some miracle we started getting closer, and Michael on his watch was realizing that we were 0.1 kilometers away, 0.0 kilometers away. He's pressing the button, listening out for the phone. I mean, I had to go through a hell of a lot of listening to Michael swearing at his watch. The battery wasn't connecting, the watch wasn't connecting to my phone, the compass wasn't working, you name it. It was quite entertaining. But lo and behold, eventually we started to hear the iPhone beeping away. Michael started to remember roughly where it was, and here is the epic moment when the man found his iPhone. No way. Yes! Look at that. I told you, I'm lucky when it comes to finding iPhones. Okay, just a quick one now as to why we were here in Georgia in the first place. We were part of Traverse Events 2024 annual conference, which took place in Tbilisi, where 200 content creators came to one place to learn, to connect, to network, and to meet a bunch of different tourism brands and learn about content creation in general. That was a fantastic few days in Tbilisi, so make sure you check out my other video which specifically focuses on Tbilisi. And then 35 selected content creators go on a post trip. This one, or our one, was to Gudauri and it was for skiing. So there were 35 of us, all part of the Traverse Events experience. If you're curious to learn anything more about Traverse Events, feel free to drop me a message on Instagram or an email or pop a comment below and I'll tell you all about it. And finally, a quick shout out to the ski rental and the hotel. I stayed at the Polo Hotel, which is at the bottom of the Tbilisi chairlift, which has a spa, it has a sauna, a steam room, really nice food. Food's a little bit expensive, but a great breakfast. It has a bowling alley, which was great fun on one of the nights, and also the ski rental place attached to it was really cool. A really nice guy called Avery sorted us out, even gave us a little drink on our final day. He even said he'd give a little discount to anyone who sees this video. So say you're with the group called Scott, highlight the video where you found it and you might just get a little discount from Avery. And that pretty much concludes everything I wanted to tell you about skiing in Gudauri. Drop me a comment if you've got any questions about anything you've heard in this video, about Tbilisi, about Traverse. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Of course, subscribe, like it, share the video, and thank you for watching and happy travels.